thank you everybody for tuning in and meditating with myself and yourselves and Terry and everybody. I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about healing and how healing and meditation kind of work together. It's kind of an interesting process. I hear a lot of people talking about, how they would like to heal. Maybe it's something to do with age, because the Buddha talked about death, or he talked about birth, sickness, and aging, and birth, aging, and sickness and death, basically those four things. But definitely aging is in there. And I remember as a kid, I think I was talking to my grandmother or something, and I said, I'm never going to grow old. And she said, never? And I said, no, never. And I heard her kind of under her breath, she said, there's nothing you can do about it. And even if she said that direct to me, it would have, I guess I probably would have said, no, there's something I can do about it. And I can exercise. And back then, eating right didn't really exist, but I could exercise and run all the time and stay young, and I don't never grow old, But aging does happen, and along with aging, even if we are healthy, our health does decline from time to time, and then for a lot of people it can decline, to the end of life. I guess that's what pretty much happened to my father. He was in great shape until he was basically 94 years old, and then his bad heart got caught up with him finally, 94 years later, and then he didn't feel very well, and it's more like when you don't feel well, you don't want to go on so much, and so that's what happened, to him. And I think it happens to a lot of people where they just feel as if they don't want to continue because of their health. When you don't have your health, you don't have anything. We've all heard that before, And I think it's partly true. We want to feel good. We want to feel vibrant. We want to feel enthusiastic, and we want to feel, like we have a lot of energy behind us and stuff like that to do the things that we dream of, and to do the things that we want to do in life. So health is very important. And the funny thing is that when we hear of somebody, lately I've been hearing a lot of people talk about their health and how they don't feel so good, and they have this problem, and the next week it'll be another problem sometimes. And it just seems lately I've been hearing a lot of people complaining about their health. Not everybody, of course, just certain people. And, when you hear that, you go, God, I wish I could do something for that person. I wish I could heal them. We probably all had that moment where we wished that we could heal somebody. And actually, we can, and we really have to start with ourselves, because if we're not healthy, we can't heal others. But the way our organism, the way our body is constructed, I guess you could say, is that we are a healing machine, and we have every ability to heal every ailment that is within us. So it's very interesting. The common cold is easily healed, by the body if everything's in balance. And this is true with just about everything. So we have a tendency to look out there for something to heal us. We want something out there to heal us, and it's just part of our society. If we don't feel good, we want some, maybe aspirin or some kind of a pain relief, or maybe we want to, if we if we feel like a serious sickness come on, like like signs of COVID or something like that, we might wish for ivermectin or something like this, to heal the so that we heal faster, basically, rather than the few weeks that it takes. And the idea that we are healers, we heal ourselves all the time. We do it probably every day. We're healing, and again, unless we see things get out of balance, and that is probably, when we talk to somebody and they say that they're not feeling well, or that they feel as if something might be coming on, or they just don't feel up to par, so to speak. That's a golfing term, I guess. But usually there's something out of balance with them, and we can kind of pick up on that when we talk to them. There's a aspect of their life that isn't really working the way it should, that it's not in balance with the other, with what else is going on in their life. And there's maybe too much stress and not enough relaxation. There might be too much, not enough proper nutrition, and not enough time to get that proper nutrition, and kind of eating junk food. We have to find a balance there. The better the balance, the better. And we might not. A lot of people might not get the physical activity. They might be out of balance with the physicality of the body. Just kind of draining the body and not getting enough exercise. They might be out of balance with their sleep. They might not get enough energy from their sleep. They might not wake up energized, and they might also feel as if they just don't get enough sleep, and that can be a huge problem for a lot of people. So we want to kind of look at balance, and we want to look at health from the standpoint of, are we going out there and looking for something to heal us in here? Because, like I said, every capability of healing is already within us, and we can kind of zoom in on that. No pun intended, with the Zoom meetings and stuff like that. But we can zoom in on these healing qualities that we have, and meditation is a perfect opportunity to do that. A lot of times we forget about that we are really blessed with the ability to heal ourselves. And if we can heal ourselves, then we can teach this aspect to others, how they can heal. Not only, I was reminded the other day that I constantly, or continuously, not constantly maybe, but I often say that, don't worry, it'll be okay. Don't worry, everything will be all right. And that's this kind of, that I say that so often, possibly it could turn into a meme, but I'm going to try to change that and put some more meaningful words in there, more along the lines of healing, healing in certain ways, certain aspects through body and mind, and spiritual healing too. So I'd kind of like to touch on that with our meditation tonight. We'll do about a 15, or we'll do about a 35 minute meditation, and then just see if there's any questions afterwards, and finish up at 8 o'clock. I want to remind people that, well, maybe I'll talk about that later on. See if there's no questions, I'll need something to talk about anyway, maybe. So I'll kind of save that for later. Sorry about that. So I invite you to please make yourself comfortable. If you're sitting in a chair, wonderful. If you're sitting on a cushion, wonderful. One of the reasons I set aside the guitar for a while is because I want to sit on the floor. I just missed it, being able to sit on the cushion and that kind of thing. So back in the saddle again. When we make ourselves comfortable, we want to really feel balanced. And this meditation is going to be about balance. We want to feel as if our head is balanced on our shoulder. We don't want to have to try to keep lifting it up like I do sometimes when I'm tired. It's like my head will lean forward and then it'll all of a sudden get so heavy that I'd start noticing it, and then consciously I bring it up, and so we want to really feel as if the head is balanced on the shoulders. We want to feel as if each vertebrae is like a stack of coins on top of each other. We want to feel balanced that way. And so that's why, having a proper cushion and the proper equipment, I guess you could say, is very important. And I invite you to close your eyes. If you're not comfortable closing your eyes, you can leave them slightly open and gaze at something in front of you. That's fine too. The advantage of having the eyes closed is that if you're using a nimitta, like a sign that shows up when the eyes are closed as your meditation object, you sometimes would not have an opportunity to do that if your eyes are open. So with the eyes closed or gazing in front of you, the body relaxed, just take a few nice deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Just imagine that you're bringing in nice, fresh, healing air, energy into the body. This air that we're breathing in is energy, it's prana. And sometimes we take that for granted. We breathe in and we feel as if the air is coming into our system, it's mixing with our blood and it's energizing us. Sure. But our minds are so powerful that we can use this energizing ability of the oxygen and guide it to certain areas of the body. And I usually find almost all the time when I'm directing my breath to a certain area of the body, in other words, like breathing through that area of the body, that after I'm done meditating, it always feels better. And sometimes it feels as if that discomfort that I might have had or that pain that I might have had is just completely gone. It's not even a part of the everyday situation anymore. So as you're sitting here listening to me talk for a while and breathing, think of what you might want to heal on your own body if you had an opportunity. A lot of times we talk about the mental aspects of healing, and that's fine. There's usually something always to work with there. But maybe we want to look at the physicality of the body. Is there an ache or pain, something that you'd really like to work with, or something that you'd not like to have visit you anymore this evening? And possibly ever. So if you found this point in the body, and if you feel wonderful and good, don't look for any trouble. Don't look for any pain or discomfort if it's not there. Find another area to work with, like anxiety or fear or anger, something like that. Because again, we're talking about being in balance and using balance, and this can work and is an important part of every aspect of life. So gently breathing in and breathing out, find that area within the body or that area of mind. And imagine that that area, that thing, is doing the breathing. And all the beneficial fresh air, all the beneficial energy from this breathing is going directly to that area first, right where it's needed the most. You're breathing in ecstatic energy, healing energy. And you're exhaling comfort and relaxation and relief due to the relief of the ailment that we might be working with, the relief of the physical or mental ailment that we might have. See how this feels for a while. Breathing in, breathing out, and imagining or visualizing that that area of the body is actually doing it and benefiting from it. Now, likely, if there's an area in the body that is causing any kind of discomfort or pain, or kind of feels like an ailment of some sort, most likely there's some inflammation there. And this energy, this cooling, refreshing energy, this prana, really does have the ability, when it balances energy, oxygen with the blood, it has the ability to level out and stop that inflammation from happening. Whether it's inflammation of the tissue or a small part of the organ. Just imagine that that was kind of overheated like a car part. And it kind of got warm and overused. Now imagine that that car part is being serviced, we could say. And that this air that you're breathing in is part of that servicing, along with the visualization. And you can even give a cool effect with the air. But just know deep inside of your heart that any kind of inflammation is leaving the body, and that area of the body is returning back to normal, back to actually a youthful state. And we've been talking about using the air which comes from outside of the body in order to heal. But in reality, within us, we have this mechanism that has the ability to heal itself. It has a natural ability to balance any kind of dis-ease that's within the body. And the best way that I know of to encourage that and allow that to happen is to be a part of it. And again, that can very easily be a part of our meditation practice. To see any kind of disease or any area of the body that kind of needs rescuing, much of the ability for that to heal comes from our ability to accept that it can be healed. So when we're healing, it's not a time for negativity, any type of negativity. It's not a time to be upset with our neighbor or with any friends or family members or anything like that. That only prolongs the healing, and it can actually hurt and make the healing completely stagnant as long as we are in that state of anger or bitterness or whatever it might be. So we want to be able to put all of that behind us. And if we can't delete it, at least we want to take that file and set aside, take it out of our operating system of the mind and set it aside. We want to start our healing from a very clean slate, a pure mind. If we're visualizing something in the body or even a state within the mind, we want to see that is being cleansed again and again and again in whatever way makes the most sense for you. Being cleansed with some type of, possibly like even a holy water, that type of thing. Or imagine little beings within your body, for which of course there are many, many of, but these living beings are doing their job within you, servicing the body, cleaning up the organ, whatever it might be, cleaning the lungs, removing any irritants. And certainly removing any kind of decay or unwanted cells within the body. The mind and the heart are so powerful. And if we can remain focused on this, I can almost guarantee that it will change things. And again, if you're not having anything that needs healing, that's absolutely wonderful. Because you also use this technique on others. It's best to service ourselves first. We want to be healthy and we want to be vibrant and have the ability to heal others through our own health first. And if it's already there, you can use all of these techniques to help others. People have been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, from the shaman of America and Tibet, and shamans from all over the world, actually, to what we call medicine men, medicine women, and even empaths. And believe it or not, even many, many doctors in the West and in the East use these techniques for healing themselves and to healing others. So we'll sit in silence for 10 to 15 minutes, maybe. Anytime that the mind wanders, again, use the breath like we have been doing, but use the breath in such a way that you're using it in a healthy way, not just as something to focus on, but to point this healing energy, the breath, towards an object. And see how that feels for you. Anytime you notice the mind wandering, when the mind isn't wandering, imagine this organ, imagine this thing that you want to heal in yourself or others, whatever it might be, mind or body, and keep focusing on it, cleansing it, seeing it exactly the way it's supposed to be, without any kind of inflammation, without any kind of disease, without any kind of negativity if it's a state. See this as if you yourself are the doctor or the nurse. And this is true. You are the one that is doing the healing. Again, we have all the abilities that we need to heal anything within us that's already there. We don't have to find anything on the outside to heal us. Again, if the mind wanders, just come back and use the breath as the tool. Again, if the mind wanders, grab the breath and use the breath as a tool to breathe that soothing, calm energy over any ailment of the body, ailments of the mind, yours or others. The ability to heal is within you. Using the breath, notice how present you are by using this technique and doing this practice of healing with the breath, with the meditation object, being an instrument of that needs healing, that we would desire to heal. So presence is still a part of it. And of course, to be aware of the instructions and be aware of the process of healing is very important as well. All a part of meditation. So I ask you to take another deeper than normal inhalation of the breath. Breathe right through that area that you've been working with. Exhale. Do this a few more times. Nice deep inhalation. Look at this as energy, prana, because it is energy that we're breathing in. And exhale. And notice all the energy that is within the body, the energy that we didn't have to summon from the outside, such as in the form of the breath. This energy that is there for a purpose, to heal the body. Just let all that soothe out for the time being. It's done its work. And it will always be there to do its work. Bring the palms of your hands together if you like. May each one of us and all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to us. May no difficulties come to us. May we all meet with spiritual and worldly success. And may we have the patience, the courage, and the understanding to meet and overcome any problems, any physical or mental ailments, or any difficulties that we might have in life. Thank you. So that was a type of meditation that we've done before, but it's been quite a while since we've looked at that. And quite frankly, there are a lot of meditation teachers that use that technique, of quite often, and speak a lot of healing the body and the mind. Usually we talk about meditation as an instrument to combat the hindrances. We notice, we become calm and present, and then we notice that these hindrances, this desire, anger, or fear, or whatever the hindrance might be, comes in, and then we spot that, and then we can work with it. But a lot of times we neglect the body, the feeling within the body. And I don't know if you were able to find an area of the body to work with. I did. I was working into an area in the back, but between the shoulder blades, so it wasn't very difficult for me at all to come to the breath and use the breath, to soothe that area of the body, because it's right there. It's right, kind of nestled in between the lungs, in the area of the upper back. And we were working out the other day, and I must have strained that or something, and I noticed it while I'm sitting here. But I hope you can agree that we can use this, and I guess one of the main messages is that we don't necessarily have to go out there for our medical well-being, to find something that's going to heal us out there and bring it in us, because it's already here. And especially if we're meditators, we do have quite an edge on that. It's quite a gift that we have, that we enjoy meditation, because there's a lot of useful uses for it, and we all know that. I heard somebody today, they're talking about health and meditation, and they mentioned again and again about listening to the heart. What does the heart have for us as far as information? And that's what we should all be doing, is really listening to the heart or to the body, or, in some form, keeping our ears open and being aware of what is this body, what is this thing telling me, because if there's any kind of pain or anything, there's a reason for it. And we can heal it, especially if we know what's going on, and know where to direct our attention and our awareness towards. This is actually one of the few times where I've looked at the screen and everybody's shiny smiling face was on the screen. It's like kind of like the old days, sitting in front of a group of people. So it's nice. I appreciate it also. Yeah.
Well, we're getting that recording notice when we join the meeting, and I think we all want to be stars. We want to get ride on your coattails.
Right. That's funny that you say that. I mix these down. I edit these, and then I put them. I put them in. Some of them go on YouTube, and some of them go, directly on Patron and stuff like that. But I want to be very, very careful, and I should remind myself to ask people if they don't want to have their picture or anything in these public things. To let me know, because there's no problem editing anything out. And I'm always kind of careful, like, gee, I wonder if Lyle or anybody would want me to show their picture on YouTube, without their permission. So that is a deal, that is a situation that I run into, like, how much should I actually let out there? So.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like legally, I think that is the agreement. Like, you're agreeing to that you're being recorded. So, I think it's probably a good idea. I guess, whenever in doubt, leave it out. But I'm okay with whatever you do. But I guess I was assuming you already kind of stopped, because with YouTube. I'm sure you understand too that a lot of people are scared away by a 60-minute video, so you're probably editing out and focusing mostly on the main body of your talk. So
yeah, the chat, people, even myself, I go to YouTube University quite often, and then I look for the 10-minute or less. Like, here's one for 10 minutes. I can look at this. So yeah, my videos don't get a lot of views because of that, I'm sure. But that's okay. The people that use the videos, I think they know how to, go directly into the stuff that they want. But a lot of the this kind of thing afterwards is just left out, unless there's some really important things that come up. Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that sets you apart, that I wouldn't want you to change. So just that you don't have a lot of opportunity in a lot of the prominent resources out there to go into a deep meditation that's guided, because so I think they might be trying to just cater to that I'm looking for that 10-minute meditation, kind of crowd. So
Exactly.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm glad you feel that way. I
And
do.
I mean, I guess if you could always do little like pop-ups, like if you don't want to do the silent portion, skip to this minute marker or something. If you really wanted to spend time on editing, but it
That's the thought. Yeah. Yeah. Take them right into the meditation or right into the silent part or whatever. Yeah. Okay, everybody. If you ever need anything, please let me know. I'm always here for you. And we'll see some of you this weekend. Otherwise, we'll see you on Wednesday. All right. Thank you
Bye,
so much.
everyone.
Have a good evening. All right. Bye bye.